You can hear me.
Yep. Gary Pittman said every time he cheated it was with a married woman. I don't know what her excuse was, but your excuse was misogyny. Her excuse could have been her man was cheating on her. I don't really know. Who knows? That could have been a get back cheating with you. You gotta ask the women. I can only speak for the men's. Where did you get your definitions from? The prototype?
Simply put, via phone, Google.
Yeah. I mean, but those aren't Google isn't a source, right? So where do you get them from? The library? I mean the dictionary?
No, what I can't pull up on my phone, I don't worry about.
I mean, you could pull up 99.9% of shit on your phone. I think a better question is why did you ask me that?
Because I want to know what failure means. Like, what do failure look like due to misogyny?
When you have a goal in mind and you don't reach the goal, it would be considered a failure, right?
I don't get that. Can you further that?
You want to go to the you want to lift 300 pounds today and you get on the weight bench, but you can only lift 225. You failed to lift 300 pounds.
Oh no, I'm saying equate that to like in a relationship.
You want your relationship to last and you want your relationship to be healthy, and it's neither. You failed. It failed. Not you failed. It failed.
No, I'm saying like give me an example of a relationship failed due to misogyny.
Oh, okay. So you haven't been listening? So like a man cheating and his desire to cheat being rooted in the fact that he just feels entitled to sleep with every woman on the planet, and he doesn't see women as human beings, and he sees them as objects and things to collect. So he's like, yep, I'm going to sleep with as many women as I can, even though I have a wife or a girlfriend.
I I can see how they can be true, but not on a grand scale for the say most men. I can see
Would
how it
not
can
be
be
true for
true
most
though.
men.
Because I don't think a lot of men go into a relationship to cheat. It might spontaneously
I
happen.
didn't say they went into the relationship to cheat. I didn't say they go into the relationship to cheat. I
You
said while
kind of
they're in the
did.
relationship, they feel entitled to get different vaginas because they are men, because that's we're told that that's our birthright.
Not saying that it don't happen, Paul, but I don't think that that's the mindset of how they come across the new vaginas. How you say it? Say it one more time.
The vaginas. What
Yeah,
do you mean? That's not how they come across it. I don't understand.
um, okay. So if we look at misogynistic as being like a person that's coming into a relationship to suppress a woman or dominate, I understand it from their point of view. But most men, they
Why do you
just
think? Wait. But why do you think they're coming into a relationship to dominate and do all that stuff? What are you talking about?
because that's more rational definition to me to understand misogynistic.
You think that every man that's misogynistic dominates his woman?
I mean, if you got leverage, yeah, that's kind of like dominating.
If you use it or abuse it, there's many men who don't abuse their leverage on their woman in that way, and they're still misogynistic. Like I don't understand.
Well, give me your library term of misogyny because I'm going from what Oxford told me.
So misogyny is the hate or disdain for a woman, for women.
I mean, I don't like it might be different in California. Like I said, I'm a always I'm a always reference Alabama. I do not see that. I don't see that or
Yeah,
hate or disdain because like why would I get in a relationship
you
just
don't see that in Alabama. What do you mean you don't see that from who? From the government? From who? What do you mean? Because the government hates women in Alabama. We know that. So I
well,
mean,
I'm just speaking on I'm just speaking on your type. You said the number one reason relationship fail is due to misogyny. I don't see men getting in a relationship just to it's counterproductive. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like in
how is that kind
like
of
do
productive?
because just think about it. I'm already got a preconceived thought that I'm coming in to be misogynist. That's basically what you're saying, right?
No, it's not what I'm saying. You're not coming into the relationship to be misogynistic. You are misogynistic already. That happened before you got in the relationship.
But okay, Paul. So do what I'm saying. I don't think men do it because they have a hate for women. I think they have a hate for themselves, and it kind of like it projects onto them. Safely
Okay.
said. I think that men don't know themselves, so they outwardly do things to help them, not help them, but to
I agree
please
with you.
them,
Yeah.
and it kind of like it brings the woman in and it twinkle downs and hurt them.
So I think that men don't know themselves. And when you don't know yourself, you are primed for, you're primed to be a misogynist. You're primed to practice misogyny when you don't know yourself. When you're confident in yourself, the more, the more knowledge of self you have and the more confidence you have in yourself, the less likely you are to be misogynistic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So you're not like disagreeing with, like, I guess you can just add that to it. You can say like, yeah, being misogynistic, I mean, not knowing yourself could lead to these outcomes. So what I'm saying is that men who cheat a lot and cheat in abundance, they don't know themselves. I agree. And because they don't know themselves, they seek validation typically from other men. A way that they seek validation from other men is by sleeping with a bunch of women, which is misogynistic. That's what I'm saying.
No, you're right. Don't fat. Don't fat. Don't fat.
So it's not like you're not necessarily disagreeing with me. We agree on that note, on that part of it.
Yeah. But would you still say like misogyny is the number one, or would you say them not knowing themselves? I get what you're saying.
No,
I
it would be
get.
misogyny. Misogyny is the thing that makes you not know yourself. It breaks that ability up. The misogyny is what breaks that up inside of most men. It doesn't allow you to know yourself. That's what I'm saying. It would be misogyny first. That's the thing that stops you from knowing yourself. That's the thing that stops you from getting in touch with yourself.
But I'm saying how can you like link that to misogyny when not knowing myself can equate to a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Firstly, it'll be okay. I can hurt myself first, and I'm not a woman, so I wouldn't be misogynistic to myself if I'm affecting myself more than the woman.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean by that. What does that have to do with what we're talking about?
Yeah, like okay, you said that the reason they don't know them, the reason they don't know themselves is because of misogyny, right?
When it comes to men specifically, yeah, most of the time it's rooted in misogyny.
Okay, cool. So I'm saying if I don't deal with any women and I still have that problem, it's not misogyny. It got to be another word for it.
No, I'm not. I think, see, Gary Pittman, no, I think that would be ego. Your ego would be rooted in misogyny. Like, what are y'all not understanding about this? The thing that makes you be egotistical, the driver of that, the lack of self and all of that stuff, or whatever you want to say, the disruptor is misogyny. That's the disruptor. So when you cry, when you're a boy, and somebody comes along and says, "Don't cry because you're a boy and boys don't cry," or when you're a young man and you want to dance, you think ballet is dope or whatever the case may be, and somebody comes along and says straight men don't dance and stuff like that, and they deny you. I'm just giving you like big example, obvious examples. When people do that to you over and over and over and over again, and they shame you for the things that you would deem to be natural, things that you might naturally have a proclivity for, right? That most of that stuff, almost all of it, is rooted in misogyny for men specifically. Almost all, even for women, they do the same thing for women. They tell women that you're supposed to, women are supposed to do this, men are supposed to do that. All of that is rooted in gender roles, misogyny, patriarchy, whatever you want to call it. And you get inundated with that stuff when you're 2 years old, 3 years old, so on and so forth. It doesn't stop. It's almost from birth. Let me read
I
this.
get it.
Nigel said that if you give hate to yourself, what do you think you're giving the people around you? Which is a great question. If you hate yourself, then what do you think you're going to give the people around you? Exactly, Paige. Gender roles came out of misogyny.
Definitely hate.
Yeah, right. At the very least, at the least, you're going to give them what's the word? Not apathy. You're going to give them when you don't care about something. The opposite of love is what's the word? What's the opposite of love? I always forget this. When you don't care anymore. Indifference. Yeah. Right. So if you hate, it'll be indifference. Right. You could, at the least, you don't have to like actively do anything like to harm them, but you also could just like not care. Right. Like you just not care about somebody in your life, your kids, your wife, your cousin, your brother, your mom, whatever. You just don't care. That's harmful. It doesn't have to be like you're actively out there like lying to them and beating them down. And you don't got to be doing that. You could just like not care, and that's harmful. That's very toxic in and of itself.
Hold on. What you said? Break that down. Break that down. You said not caring. God damn, you can't do nothing. You got to break that down. That's on Paul. Like,
What you mean?
in what form? In what form you mean like not caring though? Not
Not
caring
caring
enough.
about not caring about other people's well-being, not caring about the state of mind they're in, not caring. Not when they talk, you don't listen. When they need your validation, or they seek your, like children, when they seek your validation, you're just like, you're not showing up for people. Yeah, neglecting them. Yeah.
I mean, I disagree with that, Paul. I hate to disagree with you, but there's a thin line, bro. There's a thin line because it's not my job to overall. You know what I'm saying? I can sympathize with you, empathize with you. You know what I'm saying? But it's not my job at the end of the day.
It's not your
Just being
job
honest.
to care about the people around. It most certainly is your job as a human being to care about people.
Not
1
to
trillion% you're supposed to care about people. That is your job. Like that should be the main function of humanity, is to care about other people.
I see what you're saying, Paul, but not to the point that you'll be able to label me if I don't cater to everything you want. You know what I'm
Hater?
saying?
I didn't say anything. Where are you getting these words from? When did I imply that? I didn't imply
You
catering to anybody. What do you mean?
no. If you need me to care about you, I'm catering emotionally to you.
No, that's not catering
Yes,
to them. You just care
that
about
is
them.
catering. That is catering.
What is catering?
Catering is what you want the actual definition of
No, I'm
how we
telling you.
are.
How are you using it in this
Okay, cool.
discussion?
So when I say cater, it's doing the emotional work, the emotional
What
labor.
emotional work?
If you need me to be there when I got my own stuff going on, that's emotionally catering. I'm
No.
providing I'm
What?
providing work for you.
No, that's not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider. You can use it in that way. I don't. I don't think that is emotionally catering to a person by caring about them, even when you're going through your quote unquote own stuff. I call that par for the course. That's bare mint. Like you should be doing that. I don't understand. That's wild. What are we
Cause
saying?
I got a big saying though. I don't let everybody bleed on me, and this just like it's the flip side of what they say. They won't do no more because women did it a lot too. You know what I'm saying? So I
What
pay
did they do a
homage when
lot?
it's they emotionally cater to men.
Oh yeah, women do emotionally cater to men.
So how you see it
Often
their way, but you don't see it our way?
because we don't.
Don't say we poor. Just say you can't measure it, but
You
you
want me to
get what
say
I'm
y'all?
saying.
You want me to say y'all? You
No,
want me to
say
distance
them.
myself from it and act like I've never been a part of it, or I don't struggle with it myself? I'm not going to do that. Me, men like me and other men, we struggle with that. We do. Yeah.
I got you. I got you. I got you. But you get what I'm coming from when I say that it's not your job to like be there for people. You know what I'm saying? Because people will bleed on you, and as soon as they bleed on you, they get well, they
Who told you
gone.
that?
So
Who told you it's not your
shit,
job to be there for other people?
experience, life, etc.
How did life teach you that?
See, I went through it and I got through it. Basically, like I used to put people before me. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? And when they bled on me and got healed, got their band-aids or their stitches, shit, they built. So it's not up to me to like
And you've never done that
emotionally.
to anybody? You've never done that to anybody.
Nah, because I'll go heal myself before I bleed on somebody else.
But
I
you don't
live
sit
by
on
that.
heels though.
What you
But and I
mean?
also would ask you, so nobody did that for you?
I
Your
mean,
mom didn't
probably
do that
probably
for
my
you? No,
young probably
nobody cared about you. Nobody cared
probably
about you your whole life. You just sprung up and you just been surviving on your own in the wilderness this whole time.
on my mom.
You said your
On my
mama?
mom. On my mom.
On your mom?
Yeah.
So nobody cared about you this whole time.
I mean, they probably did, but not to the extent of what I feel like I'll go out and do. You know what I'm saying? I'm the person. I'm the person for everybody that I needed in my life. I ain't never had that, so that's where I'm coming from.
And how do you show up for other people?
I push them to levels that they'll stop at. I commend them when they needed to be commended. It's so many forms, Pub. I can sit here all day. It's so many forms to be honest with you. Like, man, I ain't even capping to you, bro. Like, I wouldn't even get on your platform and bullshit you with it like that.
I won't say you're lying. I think you have a grandiose idea of yourself. That's
I
what it
don't know what
seems
that
like.
means. What is that?
You are inflating your impact and or your value. That's what it sounds like. And you're invalidating and deflating everybody else's impact on you and everything that they've done for you. And you're acting like I stand alone. Nobody cared about me, but I care about everybody, which I find to be completely laughable. I'm like almost 100% sure that that's not true. Either way,
Well, let me rephrase. I ain't gonna say nobody cared for me. It just like my longevity was way different than everybody else.
your what? Longevity.
Yeah, like I had longevity compared to everybody else. Like I was there long term. Everybody else they stopped when they could. Like when they had enough, they had enough. But me, I'm gonna be there to the end type shit.
So you never gave up on anybody, but everybody gave up on you.
At that point in my life, I did. Hell yeah. Where I'm at now, yeah. Hell yeah.
So what happened? Give me an example. How did this happen?
What you mean?
How did they give up on you? Why did they give up on you? What happened?
I mean, I get some people clout just ain't cut the same. Pooh. All I know, everybody ain't the same. Like
No, you should know.
people only help you so far as they can use you type shit.
What people? Everybody? Most people?
Most, like using your classification, most, yeah.
Most people use you? Okay. So you're talking about, and these were women, a lot of these people?
Women, men, mostly. Well, majority.
How did the women use you? Give me a scenario. How did the woman use you?
Um, Pooh, I don't really want to put it on the internet, but I give you something though. Like a lot of times in my relationships, I used to, like I said, cater more than I needed to. So
But how did
you
they
could
use
say it
you? Can you
was
be
me for
specific?
oversharing.
You just got
What
to be
what you mean?
specific because I really don't know. You got to give me the example. How were they using you?
I mean, overtaking when
Financially?
like I don't want to go in detail, you know what I'm saying, because we in the internet and people twist and critique shit. But like I said, people overtake, you know what I'm saying, when they don't need it. So you can use your imagination with it.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Sure.
That shit has never happened to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. See, you in a state that's kind of classified to be a city all over, so y'all
Bro,
probably ain't ran like that.
it ain't got nothing to do with where I'm at. What you're describing,
So nobody never use your port.
a woman?
Anybody.
Yeah. And women have, like, but not
So tell me what it
in a
look like.
relationship, but like, yeah, women have used me before to do, yeah, but not like, not in a relationship. So yeah, definitely I've been used before by people in some way, shape, or form, but not what how the discussion I'm having with you, not in that way. I've never been using that. I don't know, like by a woman I was in a relationship with, never.
I ain't gonna say it's because of the age, because
You trying to make up every excuse, but it just ain't never happened because it don't really happen like that, bro. And
it,
that's why I believe you can't really describe. I don't think you don't want to. I don't think you can. I don't think
I
you really
mean,
have an example of what it looks like.
you got your comments off. You can see people bringing up my kids now, but if a man bring their kids up, it's all hell over bent. You know
Hold
what I'm
on,
saying? I
wait,
said,
wait. You do got kids, okay? So you got kids and you not with the baby mama, right?
yeah,
And you gonna tell me that they use you?
with my kids.
No, the mothers of their children.
Yeah, in actuality, she did.
How does she use you, sir? For what?
Um, I purchased two. Well, I ain't say I purchased two home. I was renting an apartment. Got her two cars. Ran off with that. The house. I left and gave her the house, and she. I don't want to get too in detail, but
What you mean you left and gave her the house? She had the kids, right?
I mean she did, but
So she didn't use you. So she had
it's
she
not
had the
it's
kids.
not for the house, but it's for the it's the principle of you got an end goal type shit.
What was her end goal? To have your babies to get a house out of you? Is that what like?
I mean, I'm still trying to process myself. I don't know, but in my mind, in the back of my mind, I feel like it was a motive behind it. Cause I personally don't see.
Why did y'all relationship end?
I guess Jody came in,
Jody?
baby boy, whoever. Yeah,
So she just left you for another man,
yeah.
and you. That's wrong. And I don't even want to say, but that's wrong. If you left you for another man, that's wrong. And, and what were you doing at this time? Do you feel like you were fulfilling her needs?
Hell yeah, goddamn. I actually was transpiring to be a prophet,
Aspiring. Aspiring. You said you were actually aspiring to be what?
a prophet.
A prophet? Nigga, you about to get dropped.
No, I'm so serious, Paul. I'm gifted though, Paul. Real talk though.
At what?
Gifted in a
Spells?
lot of areas. You say what?
You gifted at spells? What do you mean? What are you gifted with?
Nah, I'm gifted. Like I got six senses, seven senses. It's just it's so I got different areas there to be.
Then how did she use you?
How did she use me? Let's
If you
see.
were a prophet, you couldn't foresee her leaving you for Jody?
I did, Paul, but I second guessed myself. I did, Paul, but I second guessed myself, bro. I promise you. I promise you. I used to journal. I wrote everything down from start to finish, and all of it came to pass. Real shit, no lie. Ain't nobody putting that on my head yet. They want to hear that bullshit too.
They want you to get to the fucking point because you're not saying, you being vague and you tiptoeing, brother. Tell us what happened. She didn't just leave you for some man. What was you doing? What happened? She didn't cheat
Um,
on you. Y'all broke up and then she moved Jody in and that's what happened.
I mean, it's a long story, Paul. Goddamn, like I
Nah,
was,
bro. I
look,
don't want to
but
hear that shit.
hear me out, hear me out,
Give
hear me
us the
out.
cliff notes.
I was, you are not that important. Start with a North. She white.
Why are you reading comments? The
Somebody
fastest way
white
to
said
get
something.
shot.
But I was a goddamn club promoter too.
Oh, you was
I was
cheating for
that.
sure.
I was a goddamn. See, this happened
Yeah, you was cheating
back in
for
the
sure.
gap.
Dep
So,
100% chance you was cheating on this woman. Okay, so you was
but
cheating,
but
and
that's
then
the
what happened?
thing. That's the thing. Like I wasn't because we weren't going together. She
Oh,
turned me down. She said she wasn't interested at first. So days later, she inboxed me. Then like a year or so later, she inboxed me, Paul. So I'm a bad storyteller, by the way, but it's
so
true.
you lying.
No, honestly,
If you
honestly.
wasn't lying, the story would be very compelling, I'm sure, if it happened anyway, close to the way you started off describing it. But
I mean,
okay, so you mean to tell me this woman that you hit up initially denied you, spun the block, right? Hit you up, and y'all started talking, but y'all wasn't ever officially together. So how did she leave you for Jody if y'all wasn't ever officially together?
okay, see, that's two different timelines. Once we end up having smacks and stuff like that, I think the third or fourth time we end up conceiving a child, and months, years went down. So I was like I was saying,
What do you mean it went down? What went down?
after she got pregnant, I was like, I gave up the club life and I tried to be a prophet or whatever. I ain't say tried to, I did, but
What do you mean you were trying to be a prophet, sir? What are you talking about? A
I
Christian
mean,
prophet?
yeah.
So you were trying to be John the Baptist.
No, I was trying to be Jimmy Frazier. Pull up, you don't believe me, that one thing, man. But goddamn, no, I'm being true.